Hey there, this video is for you, Eric, the car guy. First off, I dig all your movies, man, and I appreciate them. Like in a lot of situations, you've helped me out. Um, I just wanted to tell you basically something a little bit that I found on my car after a couple weeks of just not thinking about it. Um, on my window on my driver's side just quit on me abruptly in my Acura Integra. It's a 1995. So first off, like you always say, don't go throwing parts at it. Well, I didn't figure that the fuses would have a fuse for the left window motor and the right one. Well, they do. So basically, I went and wasted just gas. Basically, I bought a new switch for 25 bucks, and I tried another one. Went and bought another one from the same place just to try it, and it didn't work. Well, I finally went out there today, and I said this has to be something I can track down. So I got my power tester light out and grounded it off and went down there chasing fuses. Well, I found one down there. I was just pulling them all out and making sure everything's good underneath there, and I found one that was blown. Now originally I was hunting down a fuse that had blown, and my clock had gone out on my dash on my Integra. Well, I found this fuse and the clock didn't come back on. Well, just for shits and giggles, I'm like, well, since this one's down, let me see what's going on with the window. And cause I looked on the bottom on the fuse panel and seen that there was a fuse for the left window and the right window. And when I found that blown fuse underneath there, I knew I had fixed my window problem. Sure enough, it went up and down, just as it did. So I'm gonna silicone those up and put my door panel back on, hook up my speaker and everything, tighten everything down. It's good to go. Thank you. But I figured you might be able to use that knowledge in your times with working with it. I would have never figured that there'd be two separate fuses, but my passenger window always worked. So if you think about it, you know what I mean, you might, yeah, there's a fuse maybe for that side, or a relay. That's what I was thinking. It was a relay or a fuse. So tonight before it was dark and everything, I just said, screw it, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna find this. And I found that blown fuse on the bottom row on my fuse panel. And when the window went up, I was just like, at all this time and effort, window switches, planning on replacing regulators and stuff. I got a strong motor in there. I knew not to throw parts at it. I took it to an electrician guy, and he grounded it off. He jumped the wires over, found where the power was on the switch for the window, jumped it over, and it got it to go up for me, and told me that he wanted $60 for the diagnostics. Well, I even took it to my local mechanic and had him look at it, and he said, it's got to be the switch, it's got to be the switch. He wasn't even thinking that, and this guy's been a mechanic for 40 some odd years. Then it's something that I guess Honda's got separate fuses to control the power in the windows, so they're distributed evenly, So I slapped another 25 amp fuse in there, whatever, and it worked. And the other side works. Everything's gravy. So I'm very happy for that. I just wanted to pass it all on to you, and keep up the good videos, dude. And definitely staying dirty. It's what, 9:30 right now, and I just went out there and found this out. So I'm really happy. Oh, and I got the clock to come back on. There's a fuse underneath the hood for the clock. I don't understand this. This Integra's wiring is crazy because it's got, first of all, the two fuses for each, a fuse for each door, window regulator and everything, on one for each side. You know, all the heater controls and everything were on top of, like, they were all right there. And you know, I'm looking for the clock. It wasn't even with the radio on the fuse panel, so I had to go and pop the hood, went underneath that on the fuse panel that's underneath there, and I found one blown, and sure enough the clock came back on. So two birds with one stone is awesome. I'm really happy. I get tired of not being able to roll my window down, and now my window actually has a good switch, so I don't have to wiggle it to get it to go down, and it has good points on it and stuff. So alright, well, I'm gonna be really happy to get that done, and hope you use it in your time working on stuff. Just remember that Honda, and as far as I know, Honda has a fuse for each window. So if you run across that, like you said, don't throw parts at it. You know what I mean? Simple fuse. See if you can find a blown fuse. I did. Great thing. No window regulator for me. $150. Save myself money by just getting dirty. Thanks, man. You've been a lot of help. I appreciate it, bro. Peace.